As you know, your state's Attorney General's office says you don't have the authority for this mandate to play that prayer video. So what authority do you have to mandate schools to show your prayer video where you also pray for President-elect Trump?
Look, I've continued to hear the gaslighting from the left, and frankly, even from this network, pushing lies about what's going on across America. President Trump has a clear mandate. He wants prayer back in school. He wants radical leftism out of the classroom.
Ryan Walters is wild. If you have the pleasure of not knowing, let me ruin that for you right now and introduce Ryan Walters to you. He is the school superintendent for Oklahoma. He's the same guy that said that all public schools in Oklahoma must have the 10 Commandments and the Bible as part of their curriculum. And I've said it before, and I'll say it again, and I'm sure I'll say it again in the future because this continues to be a problem. It is so incredibly unconstitutional to teach Christianity and to require teachers to teach from the Bible in school. It's called separation of church and state. You can Google it. Google is free. I highly recommend you look it up. People tend to get confused about the First Amendment and free speech and the separation of church and state. Free speech protects you from the government. It protects your ability to say, F Biden, the way that so many people have lately. It means they won't take you to jail if you criticize the government, if you criticize the president. However, it doesn't mean that you can force one particular religion in schools. It's not what it means. It actually goes against protecting free speech to incorporate and force one religion to be taught in schools. And I think it's incredibly ironic that the party that tries to enforce free speech this, free speech that, don't take away my free speech, is the party that's pushing this particular move.
If we don't have free speech, then we just don't have a free country. It's as simple as that.
But no. Only free speech when we want to spout hate speech. Not when it comes to anything else. We just want to say the N-word. But if you thought it couldn't get worse, Ryan Walters wants to employ a mandate where all public schools have to play his prayer video in schools, his Christian prayer video, where he prays for Donald Trump. So, it's a twofer.
We've also seen patriotism mocked and a hatred for this country pushed by woke teachers' unions. We will not tolerate that in any school in Oklahoma. We want our students to be patriotic. We want our students to love this country. And we want all students' religious liberty to be protected. I will now say a prayer. And to be clear, students, you don't have to join. But if you so wish, I'm going to go ahead and pray. Dear God, thank you for all the blessings you've given our country. I pray for our leaders to make the right decisions. I pray in particular for President Donald Trump and his team as they continue to bring about change to the country.
Oklahoma is number 49 for education, and Ryan Walters wants to make sure they hit 50. Taking away the ability to teach actual history by calling it the woke agenda and then replacing it with just teaching your kids the Bible is a surefire way to make sure those kids are not well educated and that they do whatever you say because you've learned how to control them. And not only all of that, but he wants to spend taxpayer money on the Trump Bible so that you can have it in schools. The $60 Trump Bible. That's what he wants the requirement to be.
The books you bought from what you raised in your Twitter handle, I just saw a link to that, was the Trump endorsed Bible. That's $60 a pop. There are many Bibles available that are less than half of that. Why are you using the Trump endorsed Bible? What do you say to critics who argue this is clear-cut political pandering right here?
What I would tell critics is we're going to teach American history in Oklahoma. So that includes the Bible, the Declaration of Independence, the Constitution, and Bill of Rights. They are all included in this Bible that we've purchased. The Bible will be back in every Oklahoma classroom. President Trump
Why
is
the
bringing...
Trump Bible, though? Why not a cheaper Bible where you could save a lot of money in taxpayer dollars?
I just told you. All of those documents are in this Bible that we purchased for our kids so that they could understand the full context of the founding documents.
American history. I mean, listen, I've never read the Bible in its entirety. So, you know, just to be fair, I suppose. But, oh God, I'm pretty sure it didn't take place in America. Also, real quick, promise it'll take you 2 seconds. Pause this video and then go to Google, and I want you to search the Declaration of Independence and the Bill of Rights and see if you can find it for free. Maybe, perhaps, the first link that pops up for both of them. Available for free. Accessible by the public at any time. Oh, you're back already? Right, because it took you 10 seconds to Google it and it didn't cost you $60. His argument was, we want to. It has free documents in it. And I like that Bible, and I support Donald Trump, and I'm going to spend taxpayers' money on that Bible for their children, whether they want it or not, despite the fact that it's not really constitutional for me to even do any of this. But it's going to be their money, and it's going to be in their schools, and it's not pandering to Trump. Oh, why isn't it pandering to Trump? Because it's not. That's what I got out of that. That's what I took from that interview. And there were no consequences. There've been no consequences. He just gets away with it. Because that's the country we live in now. You can just pander, and then you can just say, nuh-uh, and then try and gaslight your audience, and half of them believe it. My advice, my temporary solution to this, if you're in Oklahoma, and you feel like you're not being taught the history that you deserve to know, or you feel like your child isn't being taught the history that they deserve to know, and they're just being taught the Bible instead, please, please, please make use of your public libraries. They're free. They're free. They have all of those books. Do a little bit of Googling, figure out which books you would like to take out, and make sure that you're getting access to that information. If anyone is taking away information from you and saying, no, you don't need access to that, you should be absolutely sure you are getting access to that. And if they're not giving it to you, then you need to find it yourself. And again, public libraries are a fantastic resource, and they're entirely free. It sucks that we have to take measures like that. You should expect, if you're sending your kid to school, that they're going to learn. Unfortunately, we seem to be regressing on that front in certain states, especially Oklahoma. So, you know, do what you can. I recommend making use of your public libraries before they're taken away, because they would like to get rid of those too, because they're a socialist idea and apparently a waste of taxpayer money, though a $60 Bible apparently isn't. So, you know, make use of those while you can. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to check out some of my content that isn't news related, you can check out my personal YouTube channel at Bad Gamer Wyatt. And until then, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.